Well, so now let's look at what the stories are on the various online portals. We have, of course, to start with myjoyonline.com, and we have a number of the stories there. Leading there, we have Robert Mugabe and the crocodile. And also talks about some politics. Adam Mahama's family demands, well, justice, and the church must hold those who govern us accountable. And that's a story also attributed to Professor Stephen Adair, formerly of GIMPA. There are also a lot more updates on sports. The Black Queens, they held Egypt away in Cairo in Olympic Games qualifiers, and we had a lot more sports as well, and I'm sure the next sports segment will bring you a lot more details as far as that is concerned. But two have been arrested for raid at West Hillsmore, and these gentlemen were the perpetrators of that very act there, and we give you details on the news as well. That also gives you an indication of what really transpired and what the officials of the mall also tried to undertake as well. And so those are the incisive stories we have. Those who of battle for wills, bodies and soul, the who's who of battles for wills, and the who's who of battles for wills, bodies and legacies. And it's been 1 week since the King of Blues, B.B. King, died, and just an article there, and also talking about what legacy B.B. King left behind, and how that has also brought a lot more influence on the world music stage. We have Yamu Aponko. He's causing stir, according to reports we're getting. He's calling for the transfer of police officers in his municipality, and we know that he's the municipal chief executive for the Ejuso Drabeng municipality that's in the Ashanti region, and well, we've had a lot more details on that, and we're trying to give you a lot more insight into what really he's saying, that very story, and then we can also get a lot more insight into it as well. But when you go to myjoyonline.com, you get a lot more details on business, entertainment, as well as people's opinions as to what really they think about the general issues. But more importantly, what the opinions are as far as the various blocks of the general reporters in the multimedia family. And so you can see. So you can see them conferring. And it was really at an event, and the main story says that the chief executive for the Ejuso Drabeng municipality, Afrifa Yamu Aponko, caused a stir at a public function on Thursday to inaugurate divisional police headquarters, when he openly asked the police administration to transfer, well, some personnel from his area. It's no joke at all, but whether he has the mandate to also say that is another thing altogether. But he said the conduct of some officers, in his opinion, whose names he attempted to mention, contradict the new security demands of the municipality. We know that he's the head of the RECSEC, or the MECSEC, so to speak, the Municipal Security Council. And he was addressing guests, including the Inspector General of Police, who was present at the event, Muhammad Al-Hassan, other senior police officers, traditional authorities, led by the Ejuso Mahene, Ogwakro Afreni Okese the Fourth. And very interesting. And he's quoted here, "I wish to take this opportunity to put on record that as a head of security in this municipality, in my capacity as a municipal chief executive, I am not happy with the conduct of some policemen within this Ejuso Drabeng municipality." Well, very interesting there. We'll see whether we're going to have other functionaries of the various metropolitan areas or municipal and district assemblies also following suit with that very request. And I guess we also need to have a lot more insight as to whether it can be done at all. This is what we're going to do. We're going to other news portals, and we're going to give you a lot more as well. But if you have some opinion as to what the trending news is on social media, please make sure you get interactive on our social network pages that we have on Facebook, and as well as a handle on Twitter. And on Facebook, please log on to the page Joy News on TV, and also handle on Twitter Joy News on TV. As you do that, though, we have City FM Online, main news portal for City FM, and talks about families together for City FM's. A number of events are being put together, and NDC wants to dance on Adam Mahama's grave. Robbers raid West Hills Mall, 2 arrested, we're told. Asogli thermal plant shuts down, and we have other news as well. Yvonne Nelson's electricity not disconnected, and we know there was a buzz on social media that Yvonne Nelson, one of the leading members of last week's Doomsaw must stop vigil, had her residents cut off from electricity supply, but we're told that that really is not the truth. And you can see that there's a lot more issues surrounding Yvonne Nelson, especially from the week when, according to social media, she had some fracas with one of her longtime friends, also a fellow actor, John Dumelo. And we have Redrow Development Limited dismissing reports indicating that one of his residents, actress Yvonne Nelson, has had her power supply disconnected over an illegal connection. And a statement signed by the chief executive of the company, Christopher Ayite, clarified that Ms. Nelson's house is legally connected and electricity supply to a client, and that's how we're quoting the statement. Yvonne Nelson, who is a resident and the focus of the media, has not been disconnected as reported. We would like to further add that her property, well, okay, so we're getting to know her property is safe, properly metered, and therefore has legal connection as well. So that's what we're giving to you from City FM Online. We'll go to the other news portals as well. We'll go to a number of 1 or 2 before we bring you the main sports. And we know that you can always log on to our social network page on Facebook. We have Joy News on TV, and also on Twitter we have Joy News on TV. We have a number of things happening, and wow, on Twitter we have interesting issues coming up as well, especially related to the AU Day, which is being marked today. And we have the news portal graphiconline.com.gh, and we have 2 explosions hit Kumasi shop and injuring others. We also have Barca held in Xavi's League farewell, and we know that Barcelona in Spain, they've already won the La Liga, and following suit is Real Madrid. Sweden scopes Eurovision 2015 crown, and we know that Eurovision has been on for decades, and it's a contest just to bring the high-tempo music attributes of the best artists in Europe. And online fraudster arrested, and we'll have other stories as well. After we have Mr. Arthur for ADB's Golden Jubilee celebrations, and we also have appropriate dispute resolution system to have funding. ECG to replace post-paid meters, and in Sawam, was on Accra to host the World Summit of Mayors in Accra, that's the capital. But when you go to the features and opinions column, you see opinions written, and mainly the articles. So you have MPP, well, so we have stories on MPP, etc. But let's look at what Mr. Arthur, the Vice President of our Republic, is saying about the ADB. And we're being told that Mr. Arthur for ADB's Golden Jubilee celebrations, and the Vice President is expected to leave Accra for Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, to participate in the 2015 annual meetings and Golden Jubilee celebrations of the African Development Bank, and the meeting, which will take place from May 25 to May 29, 2015, will also attract more than 2,500 delegates, including heads of states, the bank's governors, finance ministers, and central bank governors across the continent. And we have other participants who would include representatives of multilateral development financial institutions, development agencies, the private sector, non-governmental organizations, civil society, and the media. And so we know that the media is always interested in the subject of the financial institutions operating on the continent, but especially a great developmental partner like the AFDB is always in the news when it has to be in the news for the right reasons. And so those are the updates we're getting from the graphiconline.com.gh. And so that'll be it for now as far as the news portals are concerned. If we have a lot more, we'll bring you all those updates. But in the meantime, though, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you detailed sports. And so do stay on. We'll be right back.